Hey, it's Ellie. Welcome back to another video, or hello if you are new. Today, we are in part 3, the final part of the capybara spa habitat in my Summit Sanctuary Zoo. And this is going to be an exciting episode because there's animals in the zoo. I mean, there were animals before, but there are animals in this habitat specifically. As you can see, the capybara, the giant anteater, and the tortoise are all there. And I'm going to be doing a lot of landscaping today, for the most part. I'm trying to make some clever spa-looking things like this waterfall, which, if I remember correctly, I don't think this habitat enrichment item is actually for any of the animals that I have in this habitat. But it looks cool and I like it, and I think it fits the vibe of what I wanted for this spa feeling, which is, you know, I could totally imagine you wanted to stand under here. And the capybaras could eat too, even if they felt like it. I don't think they do, but you know, it's a vibe. So that's what we're doing. And honestly, this whole habitat is a vibe. A very chill vibe. You can see this little dock. What do they call it? Oh my goodness, I can't think of the term right now, but this little floating dock here in the water is so cute. The capybaras just like to sleep on it. There's like, at any given time, there's like 3 or 4 capybaras who are just taking a nap in the middle of this little pond on this floating dock, and wow, it is so cute. I have this bridge, the animals walk across it, the giant anteater, sometimes he goes for a swim and then he'll get up on the little structure that I built near the bridge and just walk the rest of the way to land. And everything in terms of the animals is working perfectly. So I'm very happy to say that, you know, the animals were cooperating with me and my ability to get them to navigate around this habitat properly. So I think in the end, this is probably one of my favorite habitats that I've built so far, maybe ever in the game. Because I just love those little bungalows, little spa bungalows. I love the lounge and all the sort of manufactured pool qualities, and just the way that the capybaras sit under the steam pipes. You would have already seen it. If you didn't stick around for the cinematics in part 1, definitely go check those out. Or you could also look at the short that I have, which I will most likely posted it around this time, hopefully. I like to schedule my posts ahead of time, so it's really annoying trying to make a short from the cinematics of the videos that aren't posted yet. Mostly because sometimes the music cuts off at a strange place to like start the short there and then continue on, and also the dimensions are wrong. So, and I always have to adjust the dimensions. I wish I could do a landscape short, but it doesn't work that way, so just have to, you know, suffer with the, what is it, 920 by 1080 instead of the other way around, as it normally is. So yeah, that's the dilemma there, but not a big deal. If you want to see capybaras at the spa, just go check out some of my previous videos, because there will be an abundance of capybaras. There are an abundance of capybaras in this habitat right now. There's also a lot of tortoises. There's so many baby tortoises. I just can't do anything about it because they need to mature before I can release them in any sort of way. So I just have to wait. I have to wait so many years for this these animals to grow up and mature so that I can get rid of them. It sounds very callous. That's just the way it is. Yeah, I may have put too many mating pairs of capybaras in his habitat because things got a little intense. I think at one point there were 50 capybaras in this habitat, which, like, fine space-wise and whatever, but not fine in any other capacity. The social hierarchy was a mess. Bad things were happening. It did have to sell so many capybaras. But they're mostly okay now, but not great. I still get warnings about them frequently because, you know, a new one will mature and then you have to get rid of more capybaras. And it's been a time, okay? When I have to leave my game playing just so that I could take all these cool cinematics and things. And then, you know, time goes by, my animals are mating. I haven't put anybody on... I have put most of the animals on birth control, but there's some animals that I haven't put on birth control yet because I want babies in my cinematics. And I think everybody ages to adulthood. I'll have to double check that because I know you can turn off aging, but I'm fairly certain that it doesn't apply to juveniles. It only applies to adults. I might be wrong about that though. I know I have animal death turned off, so maybe that's just what I'm thinking of, that because I know some of my animals are getting kind of old now. The zoo's been going for a long time. As you can see here, I think it says year 14 at the bottom screen here. So this is about halfway through my building, so it's probably close to year 30 at this point. Also, I hadn't been taking any cinematics at the time of building this yet. So the zoo is definitely much further along. I had to do a lot of testing, a lot of water features, and this and that and the other, so... Yeah, I think at minimum the zoo is at year 30, but it's probably closer to year 50 if I had to guess. Which is a long time. A long time. You know, it's possible I just get rid of all my animals and start over when I'm ready to open my zoo. I don't know, we'll see. Probably not all of them. I have some good animals in there. There's some gold star animals. I got that albino deer from the sandbox market, which was pretty crazy. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that, but several of the animals who gave birth to gold and platinum starred animals, which is really cool. And then, you know, there are some animals, though, that, like, I'm hoping they will breed. Like the peafowls. I feel like I need more peafowls in there. And probably I would love a polar bear baby. That would be, like, fantastic. Because I was saying in the other episode, like, if a polar bear was swimming behind you while you were getting married, that would be so cool. Now imagine if it was a polar bear baby. How much cooler and cuter that would be. Like, what a good omen to have a little baby polar bear swimming around behind you as you have your wedding ceremony. Oh, it would be so cute. Here I am just trying to build a little sign or fence of sorts for the habitat. Because I have a problem. I hate all of the fences in the game. All of the habitat fences. I don't like any of them. So most of the time I build with null barriers, but that isn't always the easiest thing to do, and also it doesn't always look the best. But, like, sometimes in situations like this, so for the capybara spawn, also I did it for the deer and swan walk-through habitat. Sometimes having just a simple chain link fence is actually better because you don't notice it as much when it's further away. Your eye kind of looks past it. So yeah, I did feel like overall it was better. But also I hate it. I hate it, especially connected to the guest habitat, or the guest gate, the habitat gate. So yeah, that's why I had to make something different to cover up the ugly chain link fence. And I think it actually turned out pretty well. I would definitely use these signs or barriers again in another zoo if it were to fit well. So, oh, that's the other thing I have to do. I do have to go through the entire zoo and pick out all the things that I want to make a workshop item on, which is going to be, oh my god, a nightmare, maybe. Just a small, medium-sized hassle. Especially trying to copy everything at this point. Ugh, I don't even want to think about it. Like trying to get this gate or something. Just, sorry if you could hear the random motorcycle in the background. It's like starting to become spring here in upstate New York, sort of. It's the false spring right now, right? So it's gonna be like 65 next week, and then probably sometime at the end of March, maybe early April, it's gonna snow again. It's gonna get cold, maybe for like 2 weeks, and it's gonna feel like winter again, and then then spring will come back. Then we may have one more snowstorm, then it'll be spring in full somewhere around May, which is basically summer for most everybody else. So yeah, ignore the people are just excited and having, you know, feeling a little bit free because they can go outside and not feel like they immediately just want to turn around and go inside. But that's the end of the episode. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a like. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content from me. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!